Ida, thank you very much. This was actually a very action-packed presentation, and I've really enjoyed how you connected with the audience. And I think that you guys have, I don't know what you were expecting, but you might have been expecting something different, and then like every 5 minutes you had something to do, and I think that makes the whole presentation so different. Let's talk a little bit of code of honor, because you said that you have to work with your team. That's right, and I truly believe in that. But how would you start it as a leader? What would you advise that, okay, I go back to my team, and then how shall I start this whole thing, whole process?
Well, what I would do is I would look at the mission of my company, because that's the purpose why we run a company, to actually serve other people and to solve problems. And then I would make a list of the values of the company, and then start to make the list for myself of the rules, what it takes to accomplish the mission I have in my company. So, and then I make my own proposal, and then I would invite my colleagues, everybody. If the company is big, you work in teams of 5, and ask them to do the same, go through the same, and ask them to set up the rules which they believe would serve to accomplish the mission of the company, and that they can also accept. And then in smaller teams, then you come together and you start to sort out the things, and you will see that there are lots of things which overlap, and also which some people will not accept certain things because they don't agree. Then if the majority accept and signs, then the people who don't like it, they will leave the company, which could be a bad feeling or a bad thing at the first time, but if you think about that, later on it will pay its benefits.
Yeah, so true. I used to work for a big company that was in the UK National Rail, where we had 36,000 employees. So you can imagine that that's a huge company. And most of the time, and I think that this is, again, a different mindset, that, yeah, the company had a mission statement, and that was really good. But I, as an employee, I couldn't identify myself with that mission statement. So they have given that, okay, here is the mission statement, here are the 4 values we had. And yes, I think that how far they got to, that all these values were on the notebook and on the screensaver, and yeah, burn it in your mind, but actually not reaching the goal. So it's very important to work in teams and maybe break it down, and maybe am I getting it right, and maybe small managers should have their own missions as well within their sector or environment.
Yes, which actually part of the
big one.
The big one, of course, yes.
The big one.
You can always break it down. That's the beauty of the thing.
Yeah, so it's like thinking outside the box, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do you motivate your team members? You said that yes, if they don't like it and eventually they will leave, and that's gonna pay you benefits, then that's fine. But also, I think that as a leader, if you are in even a manager position, you have to motivate. You have to let people understand below you that you have to do this, because that's going to take you to the next level. How do you do that? Do you have any tips for that?
You don't do that. If you force something, people are not happy, you are not happy, the stress is there, conflicts are built up, that is what code of honor are supposed to avoid. So that's why it's good to have a code inside a company to avoid all these problems. If you tell people to do things which they usually don't for some reason, it doesn't matter why, they will not accept it from you. Why? They say yes, and they do this, and they don't do that. Yeah. So there is no point.
And you're traveling around the world. How this one all came about, and what made you? What's your mission? What made you to do this?
Well, it's always a difficult thing to think about. Why am I here on this earth? What is my role? What is my mission? What should I do? Definitely, I have some urge to give back and to teach, to educate people, and that's why I wanted to learn as much as I can. There's still so much beautiful thing in the world that you have to learn and share. So I don't know what to say actually because I'm embarrassed a little.
I don't think that you should be embarrassed. I think that you should be very proud of yourself that you had the opportunities to travel all around the world, and you have many interests, and you're speaking in different subjects, and I think that makes you a very valuable person. I think that's great.
Yeah, it was, yes, like cryptocurrency last year. I just dived into it. I didn't know too much about it. It was Bitcoin. I heard of Bitcoin, of course, but then I participated in conferences and workshops to learn, and then I started to speak about it. So travel around the world, yes, it's amazing the speed of changes in the world. So
absolutely.
And I'm so much interested in everything that I don't know if my life will be enough to get everything in I want. Thank you very much, and I thank you very much. Thank you.